Hi there, Malcolm here with my 193rd BookTube video, and today I'll be bringing you a review of The Three-Body Problem. Book 1 of the Remembrance of Earth Past series by Cixin Liu, I want to say. And my wife and I listened to this on Audible, read to us by Daniel York Low. This is a book I've had my eye on for quite a while, even before I was aware it was on Netflix and everyone was talking about it. I quite liked the cover and looked interesting. And then, of course, the popularity spread. And, you know, we thought, well, we'll give it a go. And after a rather slow start with the Chinese Cultural Revolution, we then get into the story where we are still waiting to find out what happens. We follow the daughter of somebody who gets murdered during the Cultural Revolution and she gets taken off to some installation. And then we jump to 40 years later and follow some other guy. And so we're still waiting for something to happen. And this guy does some things, nothing particularly interesting. Apparently he's got a family, but that's almost irrelevant. And he starts seeing these numbers. Now, I know the TV show advertises the fact that these numbers feature quite prominently as a really significant thing. And so we're a bit intrigued by this point. What do these numbers mean? What's going on there? And the guy then starts playing the game, The Three-Body Problem, very much like Ready Player One. He puts the suit on, fully immersive, and starts playing this game. I mean, okay, fine. And we spend ages in this game as he's not really doing anything. There's this planet where people keep dying from extreme cold or extreme heat. They can get dried out, but that's weird. But every now and again, the civilization that has developed during this time has ended. And all fine so far. My wife and I are looking at each other thinking, great, but so. Several hours later, we're still none the wiser. The numbers seem to have been forgotten. The guy's family seemed to have fallen by the wayside. And frankly, we don't care about any of it. My wife gave up listening to it, and I, the completionist that I am, had to finish it. We were informed that there's something happens near the end that was worth waiting for. So I thought, okay, I'll keep going then. Finally, towards the end, I'm literally the last sort of hour or so, we get some answers. Nothing particularly surprising, nothing particularly new or interesting. The big thing that happens has pretty much already been done in Voyage of the Damned. And then the book ends. And it's a case of, well, what was the point of any of that? We were just bored throughout the entire thing. We didn't care about any of the characters. And the police officer, who I believe is played by Benedict Wong in the TV show, which we haven't seen, was our favourite character, but he was barely in it. And on all this time spent playing this game, there's no real explanation as to why, for the majority of it. We do find out at the end why the game has been played, but it's a case of, well, I worked that one out about halfway through. I'd seen it in other things. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Crossings, which I read a few months ago, had the same sort of idea. And Doctor Who Winner Takes All, again, has the same sort of idea. That's 2005. That's 2002. So that was nothing particularly new or surprising. But there's also a lack of explanation about a lot of things. Are the characters he interacts with in the game NPCs or other players elsewhere? Who are they in real life if they are real people? And then we have the flag sequence where they do it on Minecraft, creating a computer within a computer style attempt with a huge amount of people waving flags, doing various logic gates. And we have a huge spiel explaining how all this works, but then not tell us what their input is when they've finished. Because it's all about trying to work out where the planet is in relation to the three suns it kind of weirdly orbits, and predicting when will be a good prosperous time to get a civilization going while in between these three suns at the best point. But then there's no indication of telling us where they are at this point between the suns, and they don't know. So how could they calculate where they're going to be if they don't know where they are? And it'll turn out to be a waste of time anyway. But we have huge, very scientific explanations about stuff, which even I found sometimes a little bit hard to follow. But there are no explanations about other things, which would at least fleshed out the characters a bit. Now, I've read loads of reviews, and a lot of the negative ones do point out there must be something to do with the translation. Maybe something's lost in the translation, but I'm not entirely sure. I just found the entire story a complete waste of time with no new or interesting ideas in it. I was deeply disappointed with this one. Now, I wanted to like it. Like I said, I've been interested in it for a while, and coincidentally, not long after we started listening to it, it dropped on Netflix and everyone was talking about it. And we were very vaguely interested. We'd seen the trailer, but then having listened to it kind of put us off wanting to watch it. It's like, well, there's no point. Now, I know that the series does go into book 2 and so on, and I can see why, because literally nothing happens in book 1. But no, don't care. Not going to continue with the series. Had it been a physical copy, it would have been toilet paper. Boring, uninteresting, and incredibly pretentious. There's like the whole bit describing about the atomic machines that the aliens send over, and folding them into different dimensions and unfolding them into other dimensions. Now, most science fiction authors would have written, using advanced technology, the aliens sent a very tiny machine. They might have bulked it out to a paragraph or two, giving a bit more nature about this, but not dedicate an entire chapter boring us to tears over how many dimensions there are and what happens if you fold into the second dimension or all that. And then go down the rabbit hole of going into the really hard quantum science and then having floating eyeballs with a death ray laser zapping the ground. You either do that serious hard science or crazy flights of fancy, but don't bore us to tears one minute and then make us sort of roll our eyes in incredulity the next. Anyway, enough whinging about this dross. I know lots of people liked it. I know people enjoyed the TV show. So if you genuinely did like it, then leave a comment down below, please. And I mean those who liked it, not those who liked it because it's a popular thing to like. Or if you hated it, I'd love to hear why you hated it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have other reasons why you hated it? But yeah, comments down below, please. But as usual, if you have nothing else to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you, and until next time, see you later.